everybody. Sorry, we're a little late. We had a little bit of a connection issue, but everything is good now. Thank you so much for joining our first ever YouTube Live. We are so excited. My name is Jessica. I am the Social Media and Community Manager here at University of the People, and I'm here with Allison Hockman.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me, Jess.
It's a pleasure. Allison, would you like to tell everyone what you do at University of the People?
Sure. So I run the webinars here. So I find the co-hosts, find out the topics you guys want to hear about, and then actually host the webinars, which we co-host with students, professionals from whatever topic it is. So if you guys have been watching our webinars, that's me who works on those.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. So like I said, I'm Jessica. I'm the Social Media and Community Manager at University of the People. So I'm handling all the social media for University of the People. So if you ever need anything, you can feel free to DM us any way, Instagram, Facebook. If you have any comments, questions, you can always send them to me and I'll be happy to help you.
Jess, on that note, if someone has a question during this event or wants us to go into more depth about something, what should they do?
So I'd love for you guys, if you have any questions or comments, to comment on this live stream and we'll have our team answer any questions you have. It could be anything, like if it's something like a situation you need to solve, regarding an issue you're having with an advisor, which you shouldn't have because all of our advisors are amazing, but anything like that, just feel free to make a comment.
And also, if you have questions regarding application and admissions, you can send an email at any time, doesn't have to be right now, to admissions@uopeople.edu. and you'll get a specific answer from there too.
That's very good information. And with that being said, I want to encourage everybody who has not
save your spot.
Save your spot by January 9th. This is a very important date. That will ensure that you get a spot for next term. So don't forget to do that. So today's first ever YouTube Live is about frequently asked questions that we get at University of the People. This is a great opportunity for you to ask questions you may have, or most likely we'll cover it because we've gone over all the questions you've sent us in webinars and Facebook Lives, and we've made a complete list of what those are. So with that being said, let's get into the questions.
All righty.
What do you think? Okay, so Allison, for those who don't know, what is University of the People?
Good question and good way to start off.
Thank you.
So, University of the People is a tuition-free, 100% online university. So it means you can do all your schoolwork from your house, maybe a cafe you like, anywhere in the world on your own schedule. So it allows for a lot of flexibility. We're also tuition-free, so you will not pay for textbooks. You won't pay actual normal tuition like another university, but keep in mind that there are a few minor fees, which are very small compared to other universities. Like, Jess, where did you go to college?
I went to Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana.
And would you say the fees are a lot greater than they are here?
Yes, those fees I'm still paying many years later. And yeah, it's the situation.
Yeah, so we'll address some questions related to the fees a little bit later on, but just keep in mind there are some fees, so if you see that, don't be shocked. It's just to keep us sustainable. We also have professors from all over the world who come from NYU, Yale, University of Edinburgh. So really the best of the best in one place online. You're getting professors from everywhere. That is better than any other university I've ever heard of.
Yeah, it's amazing.
We also put a lot of time into our academic advisors. They put a lot of time into helping the students. So from the second you open up an application, you'll have an admissions advisor. And then once you begin your classes and you're a degree-seeking student, you'll have an academic advisor to help you with registration, answer classes, give you clarification, really just be your support system and be your main point of contact at UoPeople. So you're never, ever alone.
Yeah, so literally from the first second you apply to University of the People until you graduate, there's someone kind of with you every step of the way, kind of holding your hand. It's a really great option that University of the People offers. So with that being said, who started University of the People? Can you educate our viewers?
Of course, because we don't usually get into that. But so the president and CEO of University of the People is Shai Reshef, who noticed the gap in the education system and the issue that was prominent that not enough people were able to afford a college education. So he decided to change that. And now we have over 24,000 students from all over the world, and we're continuing to grow.
That's great. Yeah, Shai Reshef is a really amazing person. If you haven't seen his NAS Daily video or his TED Talk, I really recommend you guys check it out. It's all on this YouTube channel.
And aren't you having a Facebook Live with him?
Yeah, actually in a few weeks. The date is going to be the first week in February, I believe. I'll get back to you with that information. Just stay tuned on our social media. But I will be interviewing Shai Reshef, and he will be, you'll get to know him a little bit more. But he's a really amazing person, and we're so lucky that he is the president of University.
And it'll be a unique opportunity for all you guys to ask your questions too in the comments, right? They can in the Facebook Live.
Yeah,
the things they want to know more about.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, so let's move on to the next question. Next question is, do students have a chance to interact with each other?
Yes. So that is a common question because, of course, we're online, so there's no face-to-face interaction like Jessica and myself. Right. But we have a platform called Yammer, which allows students to talk about common interests, things they're into, maybe study skills, things that aren't necessarily related to the academics on one platform all together, and they can form like chat rooms, groups, depending on things they have in common. And also in terms of academics, we use a platform called Moodle to do all of the coursework. So when the discussion questions are posted by the professor each week, students they answer the question and comment on other people's answers. So believe it or not, even though there's not face-to-face interaction, you are communicating with one another.
Yeah, it's really great. Actually, that's how a lot of students get to know each other and they become friends. We even had a Facebook Live featuring Elizabeth and Cecilia. Those were two friends from Africa who met each other.
Yes, and you could wind up with friends on the other side of the world.
Yeah, it's super cool. And also it's a great way to learn about other cultures and traditions of other students. It's a really great tool.
Definitely.
Okay, so another question we get a lot is, what is tuition free? Tuition free does not mean we are free. We kind of covered this earlier, but
we'll get more into it.
Yeah, let's talk about it more. What is tuition free?
So for starters, the fees that we have it's just a one-time $60 application fee, which is non-refundable, but there are grants available that you can apply for when you fill out the application, which can cover all or part of the fee. So there are ways to get past that if it's stopping you. And then the only other fees are the course assessment fees, which is for each course. It's $100 per undergrad course and $200 for graduate course. And this can be paid in the second half of the term. You're not rushed to do it up front. It gives you time to get used to everything, get adjusted, decide if you're going to stay in this course. And for that, there are scholarships available on our website. Definitely check that out, that you're able to apply to that cover all or part of these fees. And we're actually having a webinar this coming week on the 8th, where we'll get into the application and admissions process, which will cover more about fees and financial aid.
Okay, great. That's a lot of great information. So I hope that clears that question up for people, because a lot of people don't understand the difference between tuition free and free. So we never say we're free. There's just some small costs associated. Right. So I hope that clears that up for some people. So, okay, moving right along. What degrees are offered at University of the People?
So we have 4 different degree programs, which are business administration, education, computer science, and health science. And of those programs, we have bachelor's, associate's, and master's degrees. And then within that, we have more specific courses you can choose from to focus on what you're more interested in. So there's a lot of variety. And we actually, in the last few weeks, had webinars with a few different deans from these programs. We have one coming up this Thursday with the Dean of Computer Science, where he'll go into more detail about that program, and you guys will be able to ask questions. So stay tuned for that if you want to learn more about specific programs. And again, if you have questions about them, email admissions@uopeople.edu.
Okay, great. That's great information. So my next question for you that we received from a lot of people is University of the People an accredited university?
Yes, we are accredited through the DAC as of 2014. So that means if you enroll, if you save your spot with us, do your degree, get a diploma, you have an American accredited degree. So any job you apply to going forward, you studied at an American university, you have that accreditation. Just because we're online or you're based somewhere else doesn't stand in the way of that.
Yeah, and also I think it's really cool because we have people studying at University of the People from all over the world. So getting a degree from an American accredited university does look really good on your resume, like you said.
Very desirable.
Yeah, and it also helps you learn about the business culture in America, and I just think it's a really good overall background to have.
Definitely. And our Career Service Center focuses on a lot of those skills so you'll learn skills you need for interviewing for jobs and applying for jobs all within America, or maybe other positions that you need these skills for. And speaking of that, we have a webinar on life after graduation this coming week on the 8th with Ayala, who is the Career Service Center manager. So that's another opportunity to learn more about career services and potential careers you could find yourself in down the road.
Okay, perfect. And I'm just seeing a question on here from a viewer asking about scholarships. Can you talk a bit about scholarships?
Yeah, so the scholarships we have cover all or part of the course assessment fees, which again are only required towards the end of the term. And we have an entire list on our website, so definitely check that out. But you're able to apply for any scholarship. You should hear back within no more than 2 weeks. It's a pretty quick process. And if you have specific questions, feel free to ask your admissions advisor. They're there to help you. So yeah, whichever one you think you fit into. If you don't feel like you fit into one specific description for a scholarship, you can apply to the UoPeople General Scholarship, but there are a lot of options. So definitely look into those before you give up and think that this isn't for you.
Oh, so much information. You are so good at this. Have you been a student at University of the People?
I have not, but I've learned so much from our students from doing the webinars. I see the questions people ask, so then I want to find out more so I can help guide them into saving their spot and starting their degree.
Wow, Allison, you're such an advocate. I love it. Okay, so moving right along, let's talk about transferring credits.
Sure.
How does that work? If I'm a student at University of the People and I want to attend another university, how do I go about that?
Yeah, so it's definitely possible. I'm not going to tell you right now that your credits will definitely be accepted because they have to be reviewed. But a lot of our students have had success with transferring outside credits to us or taking the credits they got here to another university to continue on with their degree. So you can send in all of your credits you want to be approved to get transferred, and they'll be reviewed for free. So there's no cost at all. And if and when they're approved, you'll be charged just a $17 fee per course. So it's just $17 to save you an entire term of a course and a lot of money. So definitely worth looking into. You just send the credits you got, all the information that goes with that, and you'll get an answer pretty quick.
Okay, that's great information. Thank you so much. Another popular question we get is about exams. Can you talk a little bit about how exams work, the costs associated with exams?
Yeah, so of course each class is a little bit different, but in general, the term is 10 weeks long. The exam is in the last section of that course, and that's where the $100 or $200 course assessment fee comes into play. Most of our students feel very well prepared by the end because they do the weekly readings, they participate in the discussion, so it really gets you to think about the material because you have to respond to other students. And we also have the Library Resource Center where you can look at additional resources, do more readings, really get all the information you need. So it's pretty much the main focus is the final exam towards the end, but of course, some courses and professors have other assignments along the way.
Okay. Again, lots of great information. So what about the application requirements? Like how does one apply to University of the People?
So for a bachelor's and associate's degree, you must be 16 years or older. You need to show proof of high school completion. So a diploma of some sort or some sort of certificate that you send us either electronically or through the mail to our address, which is on the website. And you don't need to necessarily prove it, but another thing that comes into play is English proficiency. So if you're not a native English speaker, you can either take a test that shows that if you get the minimum score, it shows that you're proficient enough to get through our classes, or show that you studied at an English speaking school. Or finally, if these do not apply to you, you can take the foundations courses before you begin your degree courses. And once you complete that, you'll be ready to start the actual classes.
Okay, that's really good information. And what if a student applied for they applied for admissions, but they didn't get in? Can they reapply the next semester?
Yeah,
or the next term. Sorry.
Definitely. If you did not get accepted for some reason, you're probably missing some sort of information, but our admissions team is really on top of it, so they would be in touch with you if you were missing something. But yeah, you're definitely more than welcome to do it again. But I would get in touch with your admissions advisor and find out what you need, because we're welcoming everyone that can provide us all the right documents and is willing to put in all the time and effort.
Okay, great. And another popular question we get is, how does one actually pay the application fee?
So when you start the application, there's a redirect page that brings you to, you can do it through PayPal, or I think there are a few other options, but it redirects you to the page and you can pay it online through credit card. Or if you decide to go down the route of asking for the grant, then you can do that option.
Yeah, and also I know that Western Union is also
right. That's what I was thinking.
A possibility. Yeah. Okay, perfect. And the application processing fee, is that something that's refundable?
No, the application fee is non-refundable.
Okay, perfect. And how long would it take to receive an approved scholarship?
Usually no more than 2 weeks, I would say. Again, it's pretty quick. It depends on the time of year, of course, and whatnot, but within a couple of weeks, you'll have an answer.
Okay, great. And is an English proficiency document required?
No. So like we spoke about a little bit before, but we can go into more detail now. No, if you don't have proof that you're proficient in English, that's okay. You can take the English foundations courses, and then once you've completed that and you're ready to go on to the degree courses, then you'll go from there. So you'll still be saving your spot, work on your English proficiency, and then once the time has come, you move into the other courses.
Okay, perfect. Okay, the last question I have for you, and the audience, the viewers, you're more than welcome to ask more questions.
Yeah, definitely. Let us know.
Please do.
Us to get into.
So the last question I have is, if my previous diploma and transcripts are not in English, will they be accepted to University of the People?
Good question. So if you studied somewhere that was not in English, that's okay. You just need the transcript you send us needs to be in English. So you can get it translated, and then that needs to be signed by a notary. But yeah, it just needs to be translated into English so we can look at it and compare it to our requirements and make sure it's notarized.
Okay, perfect. So,
Jess, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So what if some students want to get more involved? Like they're completing all their classes, but they want to get more involved in the UoPeople community. Are there opportunities for that?
Yeah, I'm really happy you asked that, because there is a way for those who want to be more involved to become a student ambassador. This form can be filled out on your student portal, and when you're a student ambassador, you can also be on our platform, which is called Influitive, and you can complete challenges for points, and a lot of it is like taking, sharing content, UoPeople content. It's like fun ones, like taking selfies of where you study. The idea is to engage with the platform and kind of be a UoPeople advocate. So it's a lot of fun. We have really great rewards. We're actually redoing our rewards, which you'll find out about shortly, but it's a great way to get involved. We are always looking for people who are interested in being featured on our social media. We are interested in students who are interested in being co-hosts on webinars or Facebook Lives.
So how could these students either apply to be an ambassador or request, let's say they want to co-host something, how does everyone go about this?
So every student receives an invitation to join Influitive. So there's that. And then to fill out the student ambassador form, all you need to do is go into your student portal and fill it out. And I would say for those who are interested in co-hosting webinars or Facebook Lives, you could just message us directly on social media, or you can reach out to your program advisor.
Definitely. And if there's something you think you would bring value to by talking about through a Facebook Live or webinar, be specific. Let us know. We'd love to hear.
We're always looking for hosts. Yeah, we're always looking for students to help host, and there's so many ways to get involved, and we really encourage you to be involved because that's what we're about.
Definitely. Speaking of involvement, what would you say is the biggest resource, way of getting involved that you think the students don't necessarily take advantage of but really should?
The biggest way to get involved?
Yeah, outside of just the classes, maybe it's like co-hosting something or being an ambassador.
Yeah,
what do you think is something that more students should get involved with?
I think more students should, I think it's a great way students have great stories, and we want to share your stories. So I think
they should share them with us.
I think you should share your stories, your photos. That's the best, because we really want to show our community and who we are, and the students are everything. So, and our students have such amazing stories, where they're from, why they started studying at University of the People. There's so many different stories. There's people from everywhere around the world that are involved, who are students. So I really enjoy showcasing people's stories and quotes, and we're constantly changing the format of our social media. So we want to start showcasing how students are involved in their community. Where do you study? What are your study tips? How you stay motivated? So all of these answers can be completed on Influitive challenges. If you have any questions about this, you're more than welcome to direct message us on social media to get more information on how you can share this. But yeah, I think my role at University of the People is to really get the community involved. So I'm constantly trying to do that. So if you're interested in being more involved, just let us know, and we'll be happy to help you out. Fill out the student ambassador form for sure.
We have some really cool rewards in store.
We do, for sure. So on that note, I'm gonna kind of shift it to Allison and ask you what webinars you have coming up this week.
Yeah, so we actually have 4 coming up this week. Tomorrow, we're going to go through student life with a UoPeople student. So you'll learn about more of these resources through the perspective of a UoPeople student and how they take advantage of them. Also, like what a day in the life is like for a UoPeople student. We also have on Wednesday one about life after graduation. So we'll talk about career service center, some careers you could find yourself in later on. We'll also do one on the application and admissions process, which is perfect timing because January 9th is the last day to save your spot to start your classes January 30th, very soon. And the application is very simple. It only takes a few minutes to go in your portal, finalize all that. And then finally, we have one more on Thursday with the Dean of the Computer Science program. So we'll be going through the specifics of that program, and you'll be able to ask him your questions directly, which is a very rare opportunity. We only have that once, maybe twice a term. So it'll be good to hear from him directly. And if you have maybe suggestions for other webinars, things you'd like to learn about, or if you think you could be a great host, either DM us on social media, send an email to info@uopeople.edu, talk to your advisor, get in touch with us somehow, because we really want to hear from you.
And I'm just going to plug a few Facebook Lives as long as we're on the topic. I mentioned earlier, but I'll mention again, we have a Facebook Live next week on January 14th with Shayna Lid. She is our Student Services Manager. And we're going to talk about kind of what the beginning of your journey at University of the People will look like. So she'll be able to answer any of your questions. That's going to be a Facebook Live. The other Facebook Live we have coming up is with Shai Reshef, which will be the first week of February. I'll give you...
it's fun. You don't want to miss.
Yeah, definitely. So if you're interested in learning more about the founder of University of the People, tune in for that one. If you're interested in kind of learning about what your first few terms at University of the People would look like, tune in January 14th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
For sure. And feel free to look at our events page on the website. It has past Facebook Lives, webinars, upcoming ones. You can just learn more about all of the content we have to offer.
Yeah, definitely. So on that note, Allison, thank you so much for joining me today.
And thanks
so much
everyone for tuning in.
Thank you so much. Again, my name is Jessica. I'm the social media and community manager at University of the People. If you need anything, please feel free to reach out. And if you don't already like our YouTube channel, please subscribe so you can learn about future YouTube live events. I think this is a very successful first YouTube live event. What do you think, Allison?
I'd say so. Hopefully you'll invite me back in the future.
I'd love for you to be back. So I hope everyone has a great day, and please don't hesitate to reach out if you need anything. Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.